All right, 2007 Chevy Tahoe, the 5.3. I'm gonna do some more updates to this. I think there's an update for the electronic brake control module. So I've done an update on this PCM before for this Tahoe with the Maxxis Ultra and the VCMI J2534 pass-through. But what I'm going to do now is I have a GM Tech 2. I'm going to go ahead and use that this time instead because this Tech 2 goes up to I think like 2013 or something. So we're going to use that to program instead of the J2534, which we can use it, the J2534, but the reason I got the Tech 2 is for the older Class 2 data buses, you won't have interruptions or network issues. This has a CAN bus, so wouldn't have that issue, but when you use the newer J2534, apparently with the older GMs, which this is not a Class 2, but if it had a Class 2 like 06 and under, just to like 96, 06 or somewhere around that frame, they were using different communication protocols, and one was the GM Class 2. The newer J2534 would be really fast, so it would crash the network. So you had to go to like the start or the comb connector or the splice pack, to actually call it, and disconnect it and isolate it. And there's videos out there on YouTube about that. But we're just gonna use the GM Tech 2. Got my battery supply hooked up, key on, engine off. Got my CAN DI module hooked up in series. Battery voltage to a cigarette lighter just to stabilize everything. And I got my off my line, my GM Tech 2. I got this little adapter serial data and have the drivers installed onto it. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go into here. I have 0 available, 2 active license. It's $40 plus tax, so it's $42.50 per VIN. You get 2 years of modules or expires, so you can do all modules. So if it has 12 modules, you can program up to 12 modules, I believe. You could do each one module once. You could do one module 12 times, 2 6 times. I think that's how that works for GM. So the one I'm using is this one. It ends in 7265. Make sure the VIN. Yep, 7265. So then I'm going to click OK. Click on SPS. I got my security off, my Windows Defender off, so nothing's blocked. I got the older version of Java, 32-bit. Got it added to the exception list for this website. Hit start SPS. Downloads it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to hit open. Let this open up the Java. Doing this thing. You got a good internet connection. Still working. I don't know if it's SPS or this internet being real slow, but usually it's a lot quicker than this. There we go. So I'm going to hit run. I don't know if I clicked on run. Hopefully I did. I'm trying to film and click. Yeah. Click run. And then open up the program here. Alright. It's still opening. Why is it so slow today? MDI, I'm not going to install that. Already got my J2534 wrapper and my J2534 passive software installed. It's still going. I don't know why it's being this slow. I know they've had some issues with SPS lately being slow. Or maybe it's my shitty internet I have. Alright, so first we're going to go to settings. Once ever that opens up. Alright, so it's opened up. So I'm going to go to diagnostic. COM5 is what I want. That's on my computer for the serial adapter, the drivers. There's videos out there how to set that up. Okay, I'm going to go through legacy pass-through. If I was doing a regular pass-through, like the Autel, I would do that, but I'm doing the legacy pass-through. If I was doing Tech2 remote, that would be putting files on this, taking it off the computer, putting it on the car. But I'm just using the Tech2 as a pass-through. Let me go ahead and turn this on right now. Leave it on the start screen, which should be coming up next. We got the newest version, 33.004. Make sure my settings are still correct. I usually check the settings after I have it turned on, but nothing should have changed. Yep, COM5, so we're good. Baud rate's good. Legacy pass-through. I always hit replace and program. I'm going to hit next. It's going to communicate with the Tech2. Well, in a minute, you know, make sure ignition's off. Turn the vehicle's fully charged. Ignition on. Engine off. Connected. Hook the kit. We did all this stuff, right? So hit next. And then it should start communicating with the Tech2. Eventually, a line will come across the center of the screen. You can see this. Really slow today. Probably should restart my computer. Let this, there it's going. I don't know if you saw it there, but it's a Chevy 07 light medium duty truck Tahoe. It's communicating again. There's the screen. We're just using a Tech2 as a pass-through, like I said. Power supply hooked up. With the door chiming, doing its thing. I programmed this vehicle before in other Chevys with my J2534 pass-through, but this one I'm using. I bought it because for older networks. So make sure that's the right VIN, which it is. I know it's right. Hit next. So there's a field action for this vehicle, basically a TSB. Okay. So here's all the modules we can pick from. Right. So I think the electronic brake control module. Normal is what we want to do, not VCI. VCI is if you have a special case from GM. They'll let you know if you need to do that. We want to do EBCM normal. Then next. Gross vehicle equal to or over, under. This one's under. Mine's like 73 or 7,900. Replace the controller, yes. We're not actually replacing it. It's just we're doing an update. You can do a software update too, but I always say replace and reprogram just in case I have issues. It usually can help you out with that, or more easier to recover, I suppose. It's communicating. Alrighty, so we'll take a look. Operating system. The check mark says it's selected. This says it's not selected. Not selected. Not selected. So, if you click on this, take a look at the software here. Alright, so if I look at here, I went to electronic brake. So go to operating system. There's our current calibration on the right here with the mouse, which is that. If I go electronic brake, if I click on this one, it says calibration for vehicles equipped with 17 or 18 inch wheels. New calibration to address false EBC activation. If I click on this one, it's a different software number. Calibration for vehicles equipped with 20 or 22 inch wheels. New calibration to address false EBC activation. Well, this vehicle we've had, it has aftermarket wheels. I have never done this yet, but it's got 20-inch wheels. We got it. It came with 22s. We didn't want 22s. Hell, I didn't even want these, but my wife did. But if you look, these are 20s right here. 275, 55, 20. So if you go back to here, so that's the one I'd want for electronic brake control module. Hit next. What it tells you on the top there says the current calibration is this, and the selected is this. So this hasn't changed. That's the same stuff, but the current calibration for the another part of this module is this, and it's going to go to this right here to calibrate for vehicles equipped with 20 or 22 inch wheels. So before I do that, what I can also do, right, so we're right here, but what I can do is I can go to SPS info. I can type the VIN in. Let me go back just to show you. Yeah, right there I type the VIN in, get cal ID. Basically it's the same information. Click on my EBCM, hit next. Under 86, hit next. Here's all your updates. You can hit complete history. I just complete history, that way it shows everything. So the software for the operating system is what we already have right here where my cursor is, right? But it says note this message M4455. There are 2 calibrations, part numbers for electronic brake. Read the description from the following tables to determine the correct calibration. 17 or 18, no. 20 or 22 to address false. Yeah, so that's one we want to put on. So, which we got picked because it's under that. We're going to hit next. Tells you in here, the HVAC, DPM, and RCDLR may stop communicating. When it's all done, we'll scan it. If it does, basically unplug the batteries and replug them back in. The cables to reset it. I've never had that problem yet. Well, I've only done a few of these, so doing more and more, but heard it's not a common issue. Hit next. So it's downloading the file right now. There's 0%, 50, and 100. It's downloading it to SPS, and then it's going to reprogram it on here, connecting to the server. You can hear the vehicle chime, communicating with the Tech 2. Power supply on. It's doing its thing. Now it's programming right here. That's the bytes of 400. It's pretty quick. Look at that. Her door locks, lights flash. Says reprogramming completed. There's your warranty claim. We don't care about that. Right now it says clearing DTCs will erase stored history from all controllers on the data link connector currently in use. Move your interface to any additional auxiliary connectors, blah blah blah, when finished. Okay, so there's no, it'll tell you if there's follow-up after follow-up information as far as like when you do an engine, you have to relearn the crank sensor. Sometimes you got to do an idle relearn, maybe a theft deterrent relearn if you put a new module in. Which, you know, we didn't put a new module in this stuff, but which doesn't even apply to us because we're just doing the electronic brake control module. Nothing in there. We'll hit clear codes. It's depressed. When it's done, it'll undepress. And then what we'll do is we'll actually hook up the Autel, or actually we can just use the scan tool we have, the Tech 2, and make sure there's no codes, run it, make sure there's no other relearn procedures, there shouldn't be. We want to look in our service data when we reprogram it to see if there is any follow-on maintenance. I don't believe there is, but we will verify all that shortly. Let me pause it till it's, well, there, it's done. It's done clearing codes. You can hit proceed the same VIN. If you want to do another controller, you can hit new. If you want to do a new vehicle, or you can hit cancel. And we're done. So I'm going to hit cancel. So we programmed this vehicle now. So now we can start it, make sure everything's good, read codes, we'll hook everything up, and we'll make sure we're good to go. Alright, so we got the GM Tech 2 put away. We could use that to read the new software data, the live data. I just like the interface better on the Autel, so This is the 906 Bluetooth we got pulled up. Key on engine off. Evan's gonna help us, right, buddy? This is your scan tool, this one? Yeah, that's Evan's, right? All right, so what we want to look for is to make sure we have this software right there and the CC or CVN number in there. So, all right, make sure there's no update. So let's go in here and go to, hit the blue button, buddy. Hit the top one, auto detect. Yep. I have it saved in here. I just can't remember where I saved it. Well, I can look it up, but Evan wants to help, right? Okay, let me do this part for you. Hit OK. There's the van. Hit Tahoe. Manual HVAC. Under that. Yeah. That's why I saved them. I don't have to go through all that menu again. So, once it pulls up, we can do a full system scanner. We can just pick the module we want, which is the EBCM electronic brake control module. And all your speed sensors, yaw sensor, steering wheel sensor, all that good stuff is in this module. Hit diagnosis, control unit. And then we gotta look for EBCM. Hit that one. Let's look for trouble codes, because that's hit read codes, the one on the left. Make sure he knows. He's only, see, I'm only 7. I just turned 7. So no fault codes. Good. Hit escape. Nope. Okay. He's still learning. Hang on, we'll back out of that. Command aboard it. Let's go escape and let's hit ECU information. Make sure that's where our software data is located. All right, so we want to look for 258-95385. 258-95385. So that is our calibration part number. We got the newest software in there for our 20-inch or 22-inch, in this specific case 20-inch rims. And then the software up here we have is 159.05781. 159.05781 is good. So yeah, we are good to go. Got the newest software. All right, so we'll check codes one more time. There's no fault codes. You could always read live data if you need any information in here. You can go to special functions. You can bleed brakes, auto bleed, all that stuff. We're not doing any of that. We just simply did a software update. So all this stuff is good. So that is it for this 2007 Chevy Tahoe with the 5.3. We did an EBCM electronic brake control module update because we have aftermarket rims, 20-inch rims. Instead of using the J2534 pass-through, we used a GM Tech 2, which we could have used the pass-through because it is a CAN bus system. But so yeah, everything's good to go now.